Hi everyone, welcome to Be Not Afraid. If this video helps you at all, please give it a thumbs up. This video will be covering how to prepare your home for the 3 Days Darkness prophecy. If you're not familiar with this prophecy already, and you are Roman Catholic, you might want to educate yourself a little bit about what several saints are saying about the same prophecy. If you're interested in scriptural references, one thing you can do is look at the 10 plagues of Egypt, but another thing that you can do is to take a look at the book of Revelation, chapter 8. It's regarding the 7th seal when the 5th angel blows the trumpet. And when he does that, apparently it looks like the gates of hell will open, and the Bible says that locusts will come out, but I genuinely believe that locust is a way to describe how the demons will look like when they come out. So it's a very important prophecy to take a look at. Of course, you can always take things with a grain of salt, but the important thing here is that while the prophecy itself isn't promulgated by the Catholic Church, what's important is that these saints, who are officially saints by the church, are saying these things. So when saints say something, I tend to pay attention, and I hope you do too. Now, assuming all goes well and you don't have to deal with the 3 Days of Darkness prophecy during your lifetime, there will be 3 things that you can benefit from by preparing for such a thing. Number 1 is spiritual preparedness and spiritual organization. When you prepare for this prophecy, you are essentially dedicating a space within your home for prayer and reflection. So if you don't have that already, this will help you build it. Number 2, it helps you build an area within your home for a natural disaster. So again, if you don't have that, this will help you do that. And number 3, you are demon-proofing your home. So if you do prepare your home for the 3 Days of Darkness, one of the things you're going to have to do is go through to each entrance of your house and hang up Benedictine crucifixes and whatnot. And so when you are taking care of your home for this prophecy, you will also essentially be demon-proofing your home. So let's take a look at what we do. So the first thing to prepare your home for the 3 Days of Darkness is to locate appropriate shelter within your home, as if you were trying to protect yourself from a tornado or an earthquake. You cannot seek shelter outside during these days. Number 2, close and lock all doors and windows. Number 3, cover all your windows thoroughly. The prophecy talks about how you cannot at any moment look outside. Number 4, light a blessed candle. Number 5, 3 days worth of food and water. Number 6, access to bathroom needs. Number 7, thick blankets, a sleeping bag or a sleeping cot. Number 8, protect your home from demonic access. Have a priest bless your home if it is possible. Take holy water if you have it and sprinkle it on the borders of your property. Holy salt if you have it as well. Hang up Benedictine crucifixes or medals and religious images at every door and window near a door. And number 9, gather religious reading and hymns or chant for auditory relief. So first thing to do when the 3 Days of Darkness comes is to close and lock all of your windows and doors. Go that extra mile and even lock your screen door. Treat it like someone will try to break into your home. If it's a window, pull down the glass pane behind the screen. Second, demon-proof all entrances to your home by hanging Benedictine crucifixes, or in this case, Benedictine medals and holy images visible from the outside. I also want to mention that all of the sacramentals I'm using here, the Benedictine medal, the Divine Mercy images, and all other things have been blessed by a priest. This is the bathroom that we're going to have direct access to during the event, and this is our basement that we will be seeking shelter. They do run the robotic vacuum pretty much every other day just to keep it dust free. This is a strange little door that the owners before us made. I don't know why, but I sealed that up because the saints say to seal everything. Again, that's the vacuum. This is our altar that we have set up. This is the fireplace. Try not to laugh. Yeah, that's packing tape, but you know what? I'm hoping that my husband's gonna come in when he's got some time and, you know, make something better, not as shoddy. Again, this packing tape actually adheres to the cinder block, which is nice. Other tapes don't. I covered the windows here with wrapping paper. I even used cardboard, and I was in a hurry, obviously, because my goal is to have something up there than nothing. Here is a potty chair for my children. Then we have a box that we're going to be using as a trash receptacle. Obviously, there's some toys in there so that the kids aren't bored. Okay, so let's go into the supplies. We've got diapers, of course. I've got gloves in case there's a diaper blowout. And I've got peanut butter and granola bars, nutritional shakes, crackers. I've got baby wipes. I even have melatonin for the children in case they need help sleeping because they're scared. I got some seeds for my husband in case he doesn't have access to tobacco. Here are some pickles. And for the main meals, probably one a day, I've got canned green beans. They have that automatic can opener pop top thing, so I don't need a can opener. I've got ready-to-eat instant rice. Technically, all you need is a microwave, but we won't even be using that. We'll just have cold rice. Here I have clean Tupperware, and I plan on using these as plates because they're pretty easy to clean. They're reusable. In this bag, I have clean folded up fleece blankets that are very thick, nice to lay on, they're soft, and they're very warm. We also have a second trunk of food, mostly canned beans, which we don't have a can opener for. We have the cooked ham, we have Spam, which is actually pretty decent tasting. We have extra water, we've got this little utensil thingy. We've got a second box, we call it our go box. My husband's a military man, so everything here is for survival. He's got, long matches, carabiners, MREs. This one is cheese tortellini. He's got flares, first aid kit stuff. This is more of a natural disaster kind of thing box, but useful nonetheless, so we have it here. And I have a really good collection of water from bottled water. I have these jars full of filtered water that comes from my kitchen. It's special drinking water, so I have that. And I also have a bag of bags for any garbage that we collect. So here's some reading. Obviously, the Holy Bible, the Roman Catholic Daily Missal. We have the Rosary and Art. I really kind of like this book. It's kind of neat because it goes through all the mysteries of the Rosary with all the art from centuries past. It's just great tradition from all of our Christian ancestors. So I really like that one. A book that I brought to read to my children. And here's our altar. Of course, we have the Blessed candle that is 100% beeswax. I kind of melted the bottom of it and then flattened the bottom of it so that it would stand alone. Of course, another sacramental, palms from Palm Sunday. I have the religious images of Mother Mary and Jesus. I have our prayers for the Rosary in Latin. I have two saint images who are known to battle Satan. I have exorcised salt. And I have this whole bag of sacramentals here. I've got more beeswax candles that I am meaning to give out. Again, 100% beeswax. I have brown scapulars, one adult size, one kid sized. I've got rosaries, one for each child. They're all blessed again. And here's a cool one, apparition water from Lourdes, France, brought to you by Saint Bernadette. This was blessed, but my priest told me that it doesn't need to be blessed. It was blessed by Mother Mary. And of course, the miraculous medal. Again, all of it blessed. Let's go over some of the reading. So my son that can read, because the other ones are too little, he gets his 2 little books. I get the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius of Loyola. These are deliverance prayers. This book was written by Father Chad Ripperger. It is an absolutely amazing book, life-changing. Another book that should be here, but it's upstairs because I use it, is a book of chant. Some of the saints talk about how those who survive these days will suffer auditory distress because of screams and terrible noises. So one thing you will want is chant or hymns that you love to sing to yourself or a loved one. All throughout this video, you've heard me talk about my children. When I'm going to store for my children, from diapers to baby wipes to baby food. This is assuming that the children are here for the 3 days darkness. The 3 days darkness prophecy specifically mentions that children, most children, if not all children, will be assumed into heaven. And even some adults too who apparently might not survive through it, or anything that, the Father sees fit. So while in the back of my head I'm wondering or perhaps hoping that my children might be rescued by the Father, I'm not going to skip preparing for my children, because that would be a horrible mistake. To not have infant formula or diapers or other food just because I thought my kids wouldn't be there is not a risk I'm willing to take. The other possibility is, what if the Heavenly Father purposefully decides to leave a child or two on earth during that dark time because that child has a specific purpose to fulfill for humanity? We don't know. There's also no word on whether the children taken to heaven will ever come back. And assuming, if I was a kid and I was taken to heaven, I wouldn't want to come back to earth. So, while most parents on earth will be heartbroken, as a Roman Catholic parent, our goal is to do everything we humanly can to lead our children to the faith and ultimately to heaven. So this would be a good thing, albeit sad. It's the ultimate fulfillment of each soul. So it would be a happy thing. Probably bittersweet for a lot of parents. And the last thought that I want to leave you with is, just remember, this is not your typical fallout shelter. The 3 days darkness is both a physical and spiritual cataclysm. And because of that spiritual aspect, I encourage you to have elements of your faith where you seek shelter. I hope this video helped you. If you aren't familiar with the 3 days darkness prophecy, I encourage you to have peace and learn about it, and continue to strive to have your spiritual life in order and as pleasing as possible to the Father. I've put some links below to some websites that discuss this prophecy. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas you've come up with to prepare your home for this, feel free to write in the comments section, and thank you for watching.